Best-selling author, television host, and financial writer Gail Vaz-Oxlade is here. She says things like, don't tithe if you owe money. Don't wait.
That's
Does
true.
Hope know that?
Yeah.
Don't wait to invest your money. Don't wait. Don't bail out your kids, and plan your funeral.
Absolutely. Because you know what? People make bad decisions when they're under stress. And so there you go, you croak. Your children who love you want to show you that they love you. You're dead. They can't actually, but they want to show you that they love you. So they go off and they're influenced to buy expensive funeral arrangements. Do it all ahead of time so you know exactly what you're getting. I've already told my kids, burn me, sprinkle it in the garden when we're done.
No, I did too. I did exactly the same because I went through it with my mother, and then the siblings start to discuss it.
Yes.
And somebody wants the velvet lined coffin with the brass and the
Good
$1 million.
Lord.
I said, no, let's get a cremation coffin, even though she's not being cremated.
Yes, because it's going to rot anyway.
Exactly.
Drop it in the ground, cover it up, let's go.
Who will know?
Absolutely.
Now,
Everybody
everybody
who will know. Why would you waste money on something that you have? It's a one-purpose use, okay? Because you're impressing people.
Pretty
Get
much.
over it.
And you may come back.
Like you did.
Yeah, like I did. Exactly. And you may come back again if you believe in reincarnation.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So, the vacuuming thing.
Yeah, I don't like vacuum. I don't like vacuuming and I don't like dusting. I'm a fabulous cook. I will do all the laundry that my daughter can bring home to me. But I don't like vacuuming or dusting. And so I have someone that comes and does it once a week. So my house is always really nice and clean. And I also have a massage therapist, a registered massage therapist. And I see him every second Friday, and he keeps me sane.
But I hear people say all the time, I can't afford a massage. I can't afford a cleaning person.
Yeah. Well,
I
I've made
just
choices.
can't afford it.
Well, I've made choices. There are other things I don't do. So I don't drink. Okay, because I don't enjoy it. So I don't spend the hundreds of dollars every month that people spend on drinking.
Right.
I spend it on a cleaning lady instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Always
and
about
so
choice.
You figure it out. RRSP, a fan, not a fan.
I'm a huge fan of RSPs. So I started my first RSPs, I think, when I was about 21 or 22 years old.
Of course you did.
Yes, I did. I know. Yeah. And I've been contributing ever since.
The rest of us were buying beer in the bar.
Yeah. Well,
you
know
were
what?
investing in the RRSP.
Here's why, Fanny. I wanted a fur coat.
Oh.
I couldn't foil spending my money on a fur coat. So I put my money into the RRSP, and then when the government gave me back the money, it was going to pee away anyway. Right?
Sure.
I used that to buy my first fur coat.
So compound interest, always good. We know that. What do you think about the tax-free savings?
Love the tax-free savings account. I think there are certain people who benefit more from a tax-free savings account than from an RRSP. If you're working in one of those jobs that you love, but doesn't necessarily come with a very high income, and you're going to be reliant on government benefits later on, or you just don't have that much to save,
right?
And you're not in a particularly high tax bracket, the tax-free savings account is really the way to go.
And so if you don't need a tax break,
because
eventually with the RRSP you're paying.
Absolutely.
What do you think about people who take a bit of a risk? They own their home. They want to make that equity work for them.
Right. So they leverage it out?
They leverage it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the question you have to ask yourself is, how will you feel if you have to give up your home in order to do this? And if the answer to that is no big problem, like I'll just start again, then fine. And if the answer to that is what?
Right.
Well,
what if you borrow just a little bit, give it to a savvy investment person, let them make money on the money?
Sure. But you're assuming the savvy investment person will always make money.
Right.
So let me ask you this.
I know.
If these guys were this good, why would they have to work for you? Why would they not just go borrow all the money they could lay their hands on, do exactly what they say they're going to do for you, and go buy an island somewhere?
I understand, and the economy tanks.
Well, there's no predicting what's going to happen. We can be booting along very, very nicely, and war can break out halfway across the world, and all of a sudden our economy goes to...
And I'm sitting in my little house saying, is this Euro crisis affecting me? And you listen to all the pundits and they say it absolutely is.
Absolutely.
Here's how.
Yes. And so the thing is that we have no control over what markets will do. We know the markets are random. So we have to stop pretending that somebody can predict what's going to happen. If you have a really long-term investment horizon, if you're talking 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, there is no question the markets will bring you back a good return compared to if you just stuck with conservative stuff, okay?
Sure.
So for those people who know what they are buying, know the risks, are prepared to wait it out, that's fine, go do it. But for people who are taking equity out of their home and they think they're going to make it big in the short term, big mistake.
Okay, and what about boomers and zoomers who have not saved for retirement, did not join the company pension plan for whatever reason?
Yep.
Didn't have a company pension plan.
Dumb, doesn't matter. Dumb. All the people who have reached retirement with not 2 red cents to rub together, that's your problem. You spent it. Quit your whining.
Okay, so where would you start? Say you are 60 years old, you do not have a retirement plan, you don't have a job, lost your job, or you have a job that pays not much.
Yep.
Where do you begin again?
Well, what you have
How
to do,
start again?
what you have to do is now you have to adjust your mindset. Now this is about covering your most basic needs and finding your bliss in the simple things. So, you know, you join a co-op garden so that your physicality, your exercise is all built into that. You reap the crops, you bring it home, you stew your own tomatoes, you live on tomato sauce all winter. You find ways to adjust your expectations. This idea that we are entitled to all the stuff that we see other people have, no, only if you also have their money.
Exactly. Yeah, but wouldn't we all like that money? I know it doesn't make us happy. I know money doesn't make people happier necessarily, but it does give you some control.
To a point,
it gives you freedom.
To a point, money does make you happy. If you can't meet your most basic needs, if you can't put a roof over your head, food in your stomach, take care of your healthcare costs, make sure that those basic needs are met, the lack of money will make you unhappy.
Of course.
But in the U.S., they've discovered that that's something around $70,000. After that, all the extra money doesn't make you any happier. All it does is increase the sense of, well, now I need this. Now I have to buy this. Now, you know, I need to keep up. And that's where we sort of fall into this trap of measuring ourselves by stuff that really doesn't matter. It's about the content of our character.
Looking for love in all the wrong places, perhaps. Now, you've had 3 husbands. You openly admit that. Your last one, you are not divorcing.
No.
You're friends, I'm assuming, or maybe not.
We're co-parenting.
You're co-parenting, but you're not divorcing because?
A couple of reasons. First of all, there's the cost of divorce. It's about $1,000. Okay, I could get a non-contested divorce for about $1,000. But Fanny, I could spend $1,000 getting 100 books from Audible.com. Okay, so it becomes, do I read 100 new books or do I get a divorce? I'm going with the book.
But if he paid for the divorce, say he says, look.
Listen, if he wants a divorce, he can go pay for the divorce. The other thing is as long as I'm not divorced, I can't fall into the trap of getting married again.
Exactly. But you can fall in love.
There's nothing wrong with falling in love. Love is fine.
No, it's almost time to do that, don't you think?
You know, the thing is that one of the big surprises of my life is because I always thought I would not be good on my own. I always thought I needed somebody in my life to be happy. And one of the big surprises is how much I enjoy having my own space and being in the person who gets to decide when I eat and where I go and who I go with. And there are no questions. There's no question, when are you coming home? None of that stuff exists.
Learn to live alone,
and now
then
that
you can always live with another.
Well, now that the kids are getting older and they're going off and having their own lives, it's nice that I get to have my life too.
And take life insurance out on your partner, perhaps. just don't poison him.
That's right. You can pay the premiums. You can't kill him off.
I have a friend who said, by the way, kid, I put you in the will. He's younger than I am, so I don't think I'll collect. But he said, I was going to tell you, but I thought you'd poison me. Said, well.
Fanny, I don't think you're going anywhere anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. How nice to see you again.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure to see you. And Money Rules. Great book. Rule your money or your money will rule you. Remember, you can follow our conversations on YouTube or join me on Twitter at Fanny Kiefer. There will be many more savvy, outspoken, rule-breaking guests to come. Thanks for watching Shaw TV and being with me today. Never too late.